So let's do this. We have our PSA 10 collection. This is, I still have packs and stuff, but these are the singles. Over the top, we got Digimon, got Zelda, Harry Potter, Dragon Ball Z, some Family Guy and Miscellaneous, some Charles Schweiss Disney, some, Weiss Schwartz Disney, and then quintessential quintuplets, 2, and Rascal Does Not Dream of Dreaming Girl, Pokemon, stickers, some coins, Yu-Gi-Oh! Modern reprints, first editions, unlimited Pokemon, some vintage stuff, but a lot of, modern, like Shining Legends. But this, we got a bunch of these lenticulars. These are now 19, almost 20 years old. They're 19 years old now. So let's get ready and try to do this in one set. And let's do it. All right, I want to start. I guess we'll start in the back. Let's start with the Digimon. So everything here is PSA 10. I graded at least half to 70% of all these, which means I found them, held on to them for years. Not too many years, no more than 4 years. No more than 4 years. All right, so we got the Digimon right here. This is from the Card-Ass Adventure series. So this comes from a box. You can buy them loose, but you can buy these in a box. The box was a decent amount. It was around $200 or more. It has some of the best Digimon art of any set, but the problem is the cards, they don't come in really good condition. This was the only one. I submitted 4 or 5, but out of the 50 plus cards, only 4 or 5 were even worth submitting. They're made out of an interesting texture where it's almost like a very warped card. It's not a hard cardboard stock like Pokemon or the other Digimon thick cards. So for purposes of grading them to PSA 10, I wouldn't recommend, but for purpose of collecting and this adventure selection, it does have the best art. These are just pre-releases from the packs. Some of these packs were maybe sometimes there's only 1 card. Sometimes there's only 1 card in the pack, 2 cards, 3 cards, but it tells you on the pack. Same thing here. Like this one came from a pack you can buy for less than $5. This one came out of an anniversary set that costs about $65 to $70. You get 8 cards, the same 8 cards in the collection set. You get all 8, and this one is from a pack. I think you get 3 cards. That's the Japanese one. We got Series 2, Marimon. You got Lilymon from Series 2, non-foils. All right, over here, moving on, Digimon. These are the inserts. So these are like the chase cards when it comes to Series 2. Now there's 2 sets of chase cards. There's these red cards, these series inserts. And I mean, for every 10 that I submitted, I would maybe get 1 PSA. For every 10 cards that I would submit, I would get maybe 1 PSA 10. So these were... Digimon has those sharp corners, so that's why they get dinged real easy in the packaging. These are called the Japanese text inserts. So they're in the English box, and these ones are more rare than these ones because you get about 3 of them in 1 booster box. This one you usually get no more than 2. And I was able to get 10 for both My Otismon and Wizardmon there. So there's 2 sets of series. Moving on, I got a few Zeldas. I got the Song of Healing, Prince Ruto, and Epona. Now, viewer, I didn't grow up with Zelda, so if I mispronounce that, it's why. I just got on it when it comes to Zelda for the purpose of reselling. I did just get rid of my Zelda Ocarina of Time PSA 10. That one took probably 6 months to sell, half a year to sell. But it was a good ROI on that one. It was foiled too. All right, so we got moving on to Harry Potter. These are promos, so these come in like single pack cellophanes, and they did pretty well. Obviously, there's a lot that didn't get the 10. They got 8s or 9s and stuff. These are from Japanese Steam decks. So although these are all PSA 10, know that I went through 3 times as many to get these 10s. And I want that to be known so that, you go send 10 cards in, you might get 10 cards, and none of them are, there's been times where I sent in 100, especially the stickers. There's one time where I sent in over 100 and not a single sticker came back PSA 10, and they were all pack fresh. And that's the game, man. That is the game. And it's not worth playing if you're trying to invest your whole life into this. Not financial advice. Not financial advice. But I also want to tell you the bad sides of what it took to get each one of these cards. These graded really well. I bought these, they're called kits, like special event kits, pre-release kits, and I got a lot of them. I like these two in the back. Okay, now these are like the miscellaneous stack. This is from Family Guy Star Wars, you know, like that Blue Harvest movie. I just thought that was cool because you're doing a collab. You got Star Wars and you got Family Guy put onto a card. This is probably one of my favorite ones. You get several of these in each booster box. It's not even a chase card. It's a checklist, but I like it because this is what the pack art looks like, and the pack art on the Family Guy ones are pretty sick. All right, we got Romance on One Piece. Once again, that's another thing I didn't grow up watching. I just got this from an auction. I don't remember how much. It wasn't more than $15 or $20. I do like this. This is the Pokemon Duff X cards. You get about one of them per booster box, and there's been times where I've opened up an entire booster box and I didn't get a single one. The hollow pattern is just, there's about four or five shades, and they're all these. Out of all the things I collect and sell, this is probably one of my favorite arts and things. Just the pattern, the texture. This is from Playboy. You know Playboy, the adult stuff. You can see the date, 1995, and the series. I'm sorry if it's series 1 or series 2 is making a comeback because a Donald Trump card is in there. So I noticed that these are selling more. Powerpuff Girls, Buttercup. She was my favorite growing up. Out of the three. And then we got Disney's. I bought these off auctions. Lion King, Snow White, Cinderella, Belle. And then I submitted these ones. These are from Attack on Titan. I just want to see how they grade, but White Schwartz, they grade really well. They graded really well. That card stock is phenomenal. Like what they're actually printing on the cards. So this is more White Schwartz. They graded really well. I think I had more 10s than non-10s when it comes to this. Pack Fresh, submitted them straight through. I think one of these I just bought straight out. They were like less than $10 or $15. The one or two that are in this stack that I bought. The rest I just bought a booster box for whatever, $40, $50, and I just paid the $16.05 a piece to have them graded, and they graded pretty well. All right, moving on, let's do Yu-Gi-Oh! Some reprints coming up. All right, we got Exodia, the Forbidden one. This is a reprint. Metal Raiders reprint. You can buy those booster box for at the time less than $30, and they grade. You got the Secret Rare. Invasion of Chaos, you see it says reprint. So when I type it in, I type in reprint and type the year. There's several of these. Magician of Dark Magician of Chaos. This is the one I wanted when it comes to the Prismatic Art Collection. I really wanted this one. The art on this is really good. I love this one too. There's another Secret Rare version of her where she's on a bicycle. Really cool. It's not a bicycle, it's like a motorcycle. And then it's like an alternate art or a Secret Rare. I got this one. This is the cover art. This is on the pack art for this box. And then 7-Eleven promos. I thought they were cool. Kind of like a cartoonish cartoon. They make a Blue Eyes White Dragon version of this too. That's pretty cool. Reprint CRV, but that's that's one of the chase cards right there. And that's just I just wanted to see how the non-foil ones grade. They carried well too, especially when everything's packed fresh. They do pretty well. Moving on. This is Ancient Sanctuary Unlimited. I got these out of a booster, not a booster. What do you call the blister pack? Look like the check lane blisters. And PSA 10, because these two just came out the best. Sometimes you get a banger of a card, but then you look on it, it's got whitening. It's not worth submitting, even if it is that chase card. So, and then now we're moving on to first edition Portuguese Metal Raiders, Baby Dragon, Yugioh. I'm gonna start stacking them up over here. I get these out of the booster box. I buy entire booster boxes. I buy them in Portuguese first edition because, you know, they're first edition, and in Portuguese because they're 90% cheaper than buying the English version in first edition. And I'd rather pay $200 for a Portuguese one than $2,000 for an English first edition one. Yeah, I don't mind Portuguese, Spanish, Italian. Yeah, plus I don't have $2,000 to spend on that. I like these token cards. I think they're cool. I put that right there. All right, moving on to Pokemon. Last but not least, the rest of this is all Pokemon. I just thought this was really cool. 7,000 points fan club. I like this. Komodo newspaper. Some of these PSA 10s I might have even got for less than $10 because when you do the auctions, you can buy multiple cards, especially if it's one of those auctions where they charge $27 for shipping because it's coming out of Japan. So I'll just contact them and say, hey, do you do combined shipping? So I can buy 40, 50 cards and usually still only pay $27, which means the shipping price on 40, 50 cards comes out to be like 80 cents a card. So I can get cards for $6, $7, $8 a piece because I'm buying so many of them, because someone isn't going to want to spend, you know, $8 plus $27 of shipping on this. So I'll be like, I'll pay $8 for that because I'm already getting all those other cards. So the shipping is less than $1 for me per unit. But yeah, this PSA 10s are definitely, especially if I can get, especially a vintage one, hollow, less than $20, 10, 15, 20, yeah, let me get that for less than 20. I'm usually sniping them like that. I had to calm down and stop doing so many auctions and buying them, so I focused more on selling over this last year. This one's in Spanish. I like to buy the once again, like the base set. I was buying a lot of Spanish booster packs because they were significant. They were still, back in 2020, they were going for easily going less than $100. You can buy them for $65 to $75, base set, unlimited. And one of the packs I got, I had a chase card. And one of the big three. These came from Battle Academy. We got Pikachu. I opened this one back in 2021. Evolutions. I was worried because there's so much foil that it wouldn't come back 10, but it looks pretty good. Silver Tempest. I got these two in auction. I thought they were nice, especially this one with the machine. And then these are from Santizo. I believe these are out of Barcelona or sponsored through Barcelona, Spain. That's the location that's printed. Once again, they got the sharp corners like Digimon, so sometimes they're hard to get 10s, but I was able to get 2 10s in these. I am yet to see, I don't ever recall seeing a Charizard in that. I don't know if they printed all 151 for the Santizos. It is possible, but I haven't seen it. All right, so we got here, we got the Thai. These ones are Thai. I got these back in 2021. They were doing, these are kind of like reprints from them. I think they, it's from another set. I don't know if they combined multiple sets to make this set. But I like the art. They were pretty inexpensive per pack. I bought them back then and I just held on to them for several years. I think I wound up opening them up the next year or that later on that year. And then I just penny sleeved them for the next couple of years until I decided to take a chance to start having my cards graded. And because a lot of people a lot of these at that time were not being graded, a lot of these were Pop 1s. And Pop 1 does have that little bit of premium or people are more likely. But I sold a Pop One Metapod, Spanish, unlimited, base set. So it's base set. It was unlimited, so it wasn't first edition, and it was a Metapod, but it was Pop One, non-English for $99. So that Pop One is a market is going into the pop reports and looking for cards that have zero population. Because if you get that 10, then you're gonna have the only one. Now later on, people could fill up that number, but for that time being, for that time for you to sell it, which could be 2 weeks, it could be 2 months, it could be a year, you may have that only one. And a lot of times those Pop Ones, they do sell quicker. Metapod. These are from Shining Legend Korean. What I liked about Shining Legends was it came out to 2017. I didn't get back into Pokemon until about 2020, and I started buying the non-English. So I started buying the Korean Shining Legends. At that time, you could have got those, I think it was 30 pack. There was 30 or 40 pack Korean booster boxes for $18.50. 3 years later, those same 30 to 40 pack Korean language booster boxes were going for over $300. The same ones, over 300. And what's crazy is in almost every single one of those $18.50 boxes, you were getting 2+ Shinings in phenomenal condition. So, I mean, my mind was thinking, like, had you put $1,000 into it, you would have the gross sales of $10,000. But I wasn't likely to put $1,000 into one thing. I would take 200 there, 200 there, 200 there, to diversify the portfolio, But you don't know what you don't know. These are lenticulars. I had a Kyogre, that one sold. That's a Chase. Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza are the Chase for this 2006 art box. And as you turn, it changes. And then Bang, Shiftry, Quadon, Gardevoir, there it is, Bang. And then you got this one. Yeah. I believe this is a starter, but once again, I usually stick to the first 2 generations. I might invest in other cards just because I like the way they look, or I've heard, Restroom wasn't around when I was playing Game Boy growing up, but it's a hot card. I know it's a popular name, but yeah, but understand because it's not English, it's gonna take longer to sell. Wailord, I actually just sold one of these. And they do go for over 100. Got it right here in PSA 10. And then you got Reggie Rock, Reggie Steel, and I believe I'm missing Reggie Gigas. But yeah, these packs are hard. I bought the packs. I bought someone was selling, I think they had 8 or 9 or 10 of them, and I bought, and I must have purchased them probably back in 2021. So several years ago, and I think I was able to get a bulk price of somewhere between $8 a piece to $11 a piece per pack, and there's 3 lenticulars in each pack. So to know that just getting a PSA 10 Wailord can go for, which did go for over $100, covered the cost of every single pack that was purchased that day. And then obviously the Kyogre went for significantly more than that. So this was probably, these lenticulars, 2006 artwork, were probably one of my best investments, because everything related to this is already in the green several times over. All right, cool, moving on. Let's move on to the art box, like this, but 1999 sticker series 1s. So we got Charizard, those sell pretty well. At this point, I've sold three. But understand, like I told you before, that there's been times where I've sent in 150 and there wasn't a single PSA 10. So the amount that I've sent, I'd be surprised if there isn't more than a 25% ROI by the end of it. It should be more than that, but it won't be a break even, but it was a big loss because of how many didn't grade that like that at the 10, or because selling 9s is hard. You might be able to get, on average for me, I've seen 9s go higher, but usually like 30 bucks. And it's gotta be something cool. It's gotta be a Gengar or Oddish, and Oddish has a nice market behind it. I didn't realize before, but yeah, I sold 3 of these in the last year for a total of 1K. If you added up all 3 gross sales. So that 3 helped towards the 9s, 8s, 7s that didn't sell so well. We got Lapras, we got Gloom. See, Oddish and Vileplume both sold rather quickly. Vileplume sold first, and Oddish sold some time after that, I think, and they both were for 200 apiece. But Gloom, that redheaded middle child, did not do so well, still on the market. And then we got Bulbasaur. All right, moving on to Silver. So we went through, there's 3 types of the art box. You got the regular sticker inside Series 1. Then you have the silver inside Series 1, and then you have the gold. Those are the 3 types that are in there. So we're gonna move on to the silvers really quick. Here's one of another thing you can do is coins. I never had a coin graded because they're really expensive to have them graded. So I got that one at an auction. So let me show you these silvers real quick. I only got 4. So we got the Misty Bikini. That's the Oddish nice choice. So we got 3 Misty Bikinis, all 10s, and then we got the Oddish. This is seller because people like this card. I know it's called the Caterpie, but on the sticker, that's Caterpie sticker technically, but the Oddish. So the Oddish, in the regular, the Vileplume, and then that silver Oddish sticker, they sell pretty well. And by sell pretty well, it may take 3 to 6 months, but to wait 3 to 6 months for a $200 sale, that's not bad. But understand, the market's constantly changing. It may be 2 or 3 years, you never know. So I gotta work. This gotta be a side hustle, income for me. So we got Pikachu, I like this one, I like the blue. Got the Voltorb. This one, I got the, that's Pidgeotto. I know it's called Ekans, but, and then we got the Squirtle gang, Squirtle squad. Got a couple of those. Got the Misty, got a couple of the Misties. Snorlax. And then the Gengar golds. That is everything.